Episode of the Everblack Podcast is brought to you by Deathwish, Hotrods and Kustoms. Check out their Instagram for all their new t-shirts, caps, beanies, cups, and the all-new Atomic Death lineup. How's it all going, dude? You're over in Europe?
We are. We're in Cologne, Germany tonight. We're a few weeks into this tour, this marathon of a tour, 2 months in Europe with about 50 days off.
That's it.
You know,
Full on.
I mean, I would complain about the weather, but the weather's actually been really nice the last week. It's been really warm and sunny out. So uncharacteristically.
What are you doing with your time when you're not playing with those dates?
Nothing.
Just
no, eating. It's an interesting thing because it's like it's not totally unlike prison. It's a prison you can leave. No. Well, I think that's what it is. It's like how do you make your time? For me, it's like talking to my lady when I can. Trying to get some work done, emails. My other band, God forbid, just announced a show for next year. So I've been doing all this like behind the scenes stuff with that, working on my podcast.
Yep.
Which I'm just getting a new episode together to be released today in the US. Keeping up on some television shows when we can, but yeah, a lot of eating. I was like, I need to I actually realized a couple days ago because the catering on this tour is so amazing that I'm getting fat, and I'm like, I need to
you need to
nip it in the bud, and just eat to live, not live to eat,
Yeah, but I'm a snacker. I know what it's like. That's a sick shirt, by the way.
You don't know what they have over there, bro. All right, donuts, cake, cookie, pies, tiramisu. Okay. It's crazy, all right? Soup, amazing salads, breads, European breads with butter.
Oh,
all right? It's nuts.
All the good things. All the good things.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's a problem. That's a problem for me. A guy like me.
A wonderful espresso machine, it's too much. So too much of a good thing can be bad. So you have to just modulate. That's all.
But obviously the other bands on the bill are pretty amazing. Like you got the Skindred guys, Volbeat, Napalm Death. Napalm are doing the run with the other.
They're doing the UK portion of the tour, which we're on. And it's funny because I'll do a post about the tour and it'll have the tour poster. And then people are like, why aren't you shouting out Napalm Death? I'm like, because motherfucker, I'm not going on tour with Napalm Death as much as I wish as I were. They're taking our slot. I should be mad at Napalm, but hey, Napalm.
Oh, yeah.
Give my slot back.
Oh, so you guys
I love
the same thing.
I love those guys.
Oh yeah, Barney with his
yeah. I mean, this is it's a weird tour because of the stage. It comes out to this point, and there's a diamond in the middle for all the big time Volbeat fans, But those people don't show up early, so there's no one in the center, right in front of us, and all the people are 200 feet away, so you have to run out of the ramp if you want to see people. It's very strange. So Napalm, tell you, you guys are in for it. First couple of days, it's gonna take a minute getting used to that stage.
Barney's quick though. I've seen him a few times, and he's.
Here's the question though: does Barney have a wireless mic?
Oh no, I don't think he does. He's a wide.
There you go. You go. So you need a wireless, and you also if you don't, your sound guy does do right, you'll get feedback because the stage is out in front of the PA. So this is no joke. This is some big time arena stuff, and it's also Volbeat is that big where people kind of care about you, but they kind of don't. They're they're Volbeat, so you got to work extra hard to win these guys over.
So that amazes me because you guys Bad Wolves, of course, are just incredibly massive everywhere. You're so well known. I'm hearing your stuff on the radio here. It must be a pretty good feeling, dude. You've definitely paved the way.
Hey man, I've been doing this a long time, and I've had periods where I wasn't doing this, and so I just appreciate the fact that I have a career, and I don't take it for granted that you have to constantly fight to maintain a career in this business because trends come and go, bands get popular, they become unpopular, and so you can't really rely on what you did yesterday. It's really about what you're doing right now. It's like with us with this special edition of the record and
Yeah.
the Mama I'm Coming Home single. It's like I love this era where you can just like put out a song, right? You don't have to necessarily have some big campaign or album behind it. It can just be like, hey man, here's some new material. Hope you guys like it. And and that just keeps you like, boom, here's some new stuff. Boom, here's some new stuff. And it helps because you're on tour and it's nice to have different things to talk about as opposed to like a record that came out, a year ago.
And you know what? That Ozzy cover is incredible. Like I
Thank
love
you.
what you guys have done with. Have you heard from Oz? Has he been in touch?
You're Many people have asked, and I haven't, or I don't think the band has. But it's interesting though. The guy who tracked the vocals and mixed it, Kane Churko, his dad Kevin Churko did a bunch of Ozzy records. So I feel like if he was going to hear it anywhere, it'd probably be through that side of it. But who knows? I mean, but you know what? I bet like a lot of people cover Ozzy songs, Sabbath songs. So it's probably like maybe for him it's like not that big of a deal, right? Who knows?
Yeah, but there's when people do covers, it's like they cover the song and they'll do it exactly the same. But when you guys do covers, you put your own heart and spin on it. And that's what I think separates it. And I think that would I mean, I've got Ozzy here. He's heard it. Here he is.
Yeah,
There you go. There's little Oz. He heard it.
man, that Ozzy's really hitting the gym.
Yeah, he does look pretty ripped, eh? Look, he's like Sharon, the wolves are after me.
That's right.
Um,
I don't think that toy maker ever saw an Ozzy show.
I know. I should take you with, but yeah, it's. I really like the way you guys do covers, and your approach them is very very different from everything that's out there. On top of the original
Oh,
stuff.
thank you, thank you. Well, I mean, it's an art, definitely not a science, and it's really easy to screw something up, um, and do it poorly. Especially with a song like this that's so revered within the heavy metal community. Ozzy it has pretty much 100% approval rating across the board, and obviously those fans are very protective, of the material as well. They should be. So we swung for the fences. I'm really happy with it, and it's so far the reaction has been very very positive from what I've seen.
Absolutely. And how's DL going with everything over there?
I mean, he's rocking, man. It's like this is his third tour with the band, and having never fronted a band before this is kind of a steep learning curve, for like learning how to engage with the audience, how to figure out his stage moves and his banter and stuff, and it just keeps getting better and better and better, and I think at this point, we're a band that we know we can go out there and really give people a show and give 100%, give the energy. I mean, hopefully at some point we can start incorporating more production, lights and things like that, to elevate things even more. I'd love to start doing more headlining stuff where we can start playing kind of like deeper cuts or doing acoustic stuff and just mix it up. It's really hard to have a ton of dynamics in a half hour set.
Mm.
So you have to just kind of come out, play the hits as many as you can fit in that time, keep the energy going, and hopefully you make your impression felt.
I love the positivity that seems to be surrounding you guys now. I don't want to really get into it, but I think that, I think a lot of it's been said and done. It's been very public for you guys, but it's such a positive. It seems like it's such a positive space moving forward for you, and I love seeing that. I love seeing in the news and everything like that, like where you guys are at and where you guys are heading. Because you've always had it there. Like you're an amazing songwriter, and I think I don't know, man. As a fan, I really like where things are going. How do you feel about it?
I mean, that's all you can do is stay positive and really focus on what you're doing, what the task is in front of you,
Mm.
right? Like looking back doesn't do anything for anyone. I think with us, it's like so much of the what went into this album and the stuff around it was kind of ugly and tough and hard, and we kind of had to fight through a lot, and experience some of that on tour as well, and some of that uh, negativity will never go away. So you kind of have to figure out how you're going to deal with it internally, and how and go, okay, what can we work on? Which is like, okay, we're doing this show tonight, and that's what we're focusing on. We're working on this new record. Let's focus on that. We got a music video. Let's focus on that. That's all you can do. You just gotta fucking work, man. I mean, it's a lot of I can't really speak for people outside of the industry, but from my perspective, it's like, man, it's just the more success you have, the more work you have. And it's just, it kind of never stops. It can be, and I think we're a little overworked, to be honest, because we don't, even in between tours, we're writing, we're filming stuff. It kind of never stops. So that's all you can really do is just keep your head down. And in this era, it's a little different because of social media. People have a kind of like direct line to you, and good and bad, right? Like, and so it's a different kind of like palpable pressure. Whereas I feel like before, you kind of like could work in your own space, and the fans were over there and you were over here. And when you felt like coming out, you can come out, where now it's like everyone's kind of there all the time. So maybe that provides a different kind of pressure. But yeah, I mean, I think it's all about working together and kind of forging forward. And we're on a tour, a fucking arena tour, playing in front of 10,000 people a night, with one of the biggest bands in the world. And on the first time we're on Europe on this record, so that's like a pretty big deal. So you have to just kind of be thankful for that and go out there and give it 100%, and hopefully, it pays off.
Absolutely, man. And that album, is just Dear Monsters. It's 47 million streams or something like that. That's not a bad thing, dude.
Yeah, I'll take it.
You know what I mean? Like it seems like the support is 100% behind you. So
yeah, I mean, listen, it's always, anytime you have like major personnel shifts, there's going to be some rebuilding to be done. There's going to be some people are not into it, and just that's part of the deal, and you can't really worry about that. You just gotta just do your fucking best, because it's art, and it's music. It's all subjective. No one owes us to like our band or be a fan. We have to go out there and earn their fandom.
yeah.
By being consistent and with the music and the live shows and merchandise, videos, and everything that the band creates. So I'm really excited to work on the next record. We toured pretty hard this year, especially this tour. It's 2 months. Like, we're going to be seeing cross-eyed by the end of this tour. We're not going to know who we are, what our addresses are, what our family looks like. All going to have beards, look like we've been on the run, like fugitives. It's going to be odd.
Santa,
but
right in time for Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we'll have, by that point, we'll feel like we've given everything to that end of things and really focus on the creative, which, like, John, DL, Max, those guys like are kind of born to be in the studio. So that's really their like comfort zone. And I think that's where everyone flourishes. And it'll be nice to like just be able to focus on that without having to worry about a tour on the horizon.
Have you guys started writing? Got jamming out some?
Oh yeah, no, we're way deep into the writing. So we're trying to be done with the record by February, I think.
Oh, that's like really close.
Yeah. No, we have a lot of material.
That's awesome, man. Double album?
Oh, no. I hate double albums. Like, and to me, like, the double album, the way I like when bands do double albums, it has to be like a long time between records, at least 3 years.
Yeah.
And I like it the way like System of a Down did it, where they like put one out and then like 6 months later they put another one out. So you had time to like absorb the one record, or even like, Load and Reload or Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. I can see those being one record if you took the best songs and you have one great record as opposed to two like pretty good records. Even though I love those records, but I'm kind of wishy washy on the on the double album.
Nah, no, I was kidding. But I'm sure you've got enough songs to or ideas to keep you going for a while.
We have a lot of music. We don't have everything done with like vocal writing, but like in terms of like instrumentals, we have I mean countless.
What about more covers and stuff? I mean, that's an endless thing. Is that something you guys want to dive into more? Maybe.
No, because I mean this is like the first we did a bunch of covers during the pandemic,
Yeah.
but lost those in the divorce. And so those never officially came out as Bad Wolf songs. So My Mom Coming Home is actually the first official cover song after Zombie. And that was kind of on purpose because, I think we didn't want to, or I can't speak for anyone else. I'll speak for myself. I didn't want the band to be known as like that band, that's what they did. I thought it was important to like make a name with our original music.
Hmm.
And then when the time was right, maybe do some stuff involving covers, even though, like I said, we worked on some stuff during the pandemic that never officially came out. But we'll see. I mean, as far as the next record, I don't know. It's not really something we've talked about because everything, like I said, we've been working on the record, and the label's like, "Hey, can you guys do a cover song?" And we did "My Mom Coming Home" while we were on tour, so we were like doing that on our days off, and and there's some stuff floating around. I actually did a cover. I did a cover for Bad Wolves that didn't end up coming out, so I just bought it because I ended up singing on it. So I
Yeah.
just paid for it. So I'm going to put that out on my own, like as like a Doc Coyle track at some point next year. So that's really the only thing I can speak to is covers. And we actually have a Christmas song coming out that's technically a cover, but it's such like a kind of I don't know how it works with like Christmas songs because they're like
It's
public domain,
yeah.
you know. So I don't know if that does that count as a cover or just like it.
I
But
don't know.
we did a
Yeah.
very like different kind of interpretation of a classic Christmas song, done it very differently than like how it's ever been presented, as far as I know.
Can you tell us which one, or is it a surprise?
It's got to be a surprise. I can't give it
Oh,
away.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say
Well, because then someone will yell at me. They're like, "Why did you tell them
that. Yeah,
that's supposed to be?"
the power.
So,
Yeah, no, I know. I got
but
to.
but the funny thing is, we did it. Hold on, sorry,
Yeah.
we did it. Where am I? We did it last year. The thing was going to come out last year, and then there was some issues with the label, and they were like, "We're going to hold on to it." We're like, "We hate you."
All that work. Oh, mate. That
Yeah, no, dude, we busted our ass to get it done like quick, and then like, oh, we're not going to put it out. We're like, all right, we see how you do.
bummer. Well, hopefully we hear it soon. But you did mention
Well,
something that got me pretty excited before was you jam with God Forbid again as well, which is, I mean, that was that band was pretty important to young Nev growing up. So, that's how's it been jam with those dudes again after so what, 10 years?
a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. A lot of very challenging. That material is really taxing. Especially when you've kind of stepped away. And I've always like stayed pretty up with it as far as like playing it consistently. But it was a thing. Like once we kind of all got in a room, it was pretty much all there. In terms of the chemistry and the sound and the power of the songs. Um, and it's cool, man. It's something because you don't know how it's going to be. You take a long time away from something, and you don't know how well it's going to age. Or you're going to like feel like you're putting on an old pair of shoes that doesn't exactly fit.
Mm.
And but it was great, man. It was just great, kind of being around everybody, and it was a stressful situation because it was a festival, kind of in the middle of nowhere, and the logistical parts of that was a lot to deal with. But we figured it out. We had a lot of things go wrong, but everything ended up working out pretty well. I thought the show was great. It was a lot of fun, and now we have some new opportunities coming up for for next year. I said we're not going to do a ton of stuff. That's because guys got kids and jobs and stuff. So it's not like I don't think there's an opportunity for the band to be like a full-time thing or a full tour. That it'd be hard to imagine how that would work logistically. But it's cool that the band seems to still have a place in the hearts of a lot of people, and so we're going to try and honor that as much as possible.
Absolutely. I guess it's one of those things where it's like, oh, let's see how it goes. And now that the floodgates have opened, you're probably getting all these people going, hey man, like come to Brazil, come to Australia, come to Australia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just one of those things, like, and
yeah.
demand.
Yeah. I mean, it would be, like I said, because I don't have kids yet. I do music as my career. So like for me, it's not a big deal. I could play it whenever. I could go on tour, God forbid, whenever, but I just can't. I can't make that promise for everyone else, and it's a collective affair.
Man, what about a bit of a visit from Bad Wolves?
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about it. It's just been, here's the thing. I'm in the band, and but I'm not necessarily the guy in the band that's dealing with the agents and kind of getting the lay of the land. So we would love to come, and for us, it's not some great expenditure of time, right? We can come there in a week and kind of less than a week, and do all the major cities. But it's just a matter of like, is there a demand? I don't know if they're paying the money that we need. I don't know about any of that stuff. So you just like when it's time to go, they tell me. But everyone would love to come back. So we've had a lot of I know it's one of our biggest markets, and we went with Nickelback a few years ago, and that was great. Big shows, and we'll see. I mean, I think a lot of it. I think we've been like didn't really want to headline too much on this album, and we want to like look to the next album and do like more stuff in the headlining capacity. So I guess we'll kind of see between whether we want to do that or if maybe some big offers come along, or maybe no bigger offers came along. Who knows? So this is all behind the scenes stuff that I am probably as much privy to as you are, which is not much.
No, I have no idea. I'm just doing the digging, and and putting the wish, putting it out there, putting it out there in the universe.
Yeah,
we love you down here, man.
we wish we would have got offered for that Knotfest thing, but they guess they lost our number in the mail.
Yeah, that's announced. Hey, why don't you just give them a call? You know those guys, say yeah.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things, we'll call you. I think that's how it works. Oh. You don't call them, they call you.
I gotta say, I love the hat, by the way.
Thank you.
Man, I'm pretty excited to see what those guys are doing. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm fascinated to see how that turns out. Obviously, people are gonna be really excited for it. If it plays anywhere near where I'm at, I'm obviously gonna go check it out. And I'm just in the camp of more music is good than less music.
That's right, man. I want to hear some of those classics. Imagine like, would you ever do like a God forbid Bad Wolves back-to-back show?
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I don't think it would be too much skin off my back to do both.
Man, that'd be pretty cool. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there for Australia.
Yeah, be interesting. Different vibes.
Definitely different vibes. But I'd be for it. But mate, it's been awesome hanging out with you on the show, and we'll have all the links down here to the new deluxe version of the. You know what time it is? It's like 11 here. Sorry, I'm having let me back this up a little. Dear monsters. It's my birthday tomorrow. Believe it or not.
Happy birthday!
Thanks, man. I'm very old. But dude, thank you again for hanging out on the show, and all the best to you and the boys. And get your asses to Australia. It's long overdue.
That's right. We're gonna do that. I will smack somebody if it doesn't happen. I will commit a felony.
That's right. Yeah, that's it. Just like they did in England to get down here in the first place. All right, mate.
Hell yeah. Take care, buddy. Bye-bye.
Bye.